How's everybody, Forge here, and welcome back to Cash Cleaner Simulator. Before we get into this video, I'd like to request that you guys please do consider subscribing. I haven't really uploaded it over the past few days, as you may be able to hear my voice. I'm not really well at the moment. Was a little bit sick, so yeah, busy on the recovery of it. But I've gone ahead, stacked a couple of things, made sure that all the money that was left on the ground is cleaned up. I've got everything packed out, so at the moment, as you can see, I've got all my marked balls here. So FDA, gang marked, police marked, and then I can't remember what these ones here are between those. I think it's like can't actually remember. I'll have to go and check, but yeah, those are all the marked balls that we have. We also have a few more over here for the Chinese marked balls, and then if we go this way, we also have a few more behind here. This one I didn't have as much space, but as you can see, FDA, gang, FDA, and a bunch of other stuff. So we've got a lot of the money sorted out. At least every part of money that we actually have at the moment is clean money, so at least for the next few missions we should be good on that front. And yes, that should be about all that it is that I've really done in between of episodes. As I said, I just wanted to clean everything up, make sure that everything was nice and neat, so that then when we come back we can work quite easily from there. These things here are still mixed balls. I haven't really worked through them, not going to be working through them either. But let's go ahead and see if there's any more quests that we can accept. I'm pretty sure that there were quite a few, and one of the main reasons why we cleaned that up is because of the fact that we needed things like, so folder from that there, and 500 banknotes from FDI. So we can actually go ahead and accept that. This doesn't mention anything that it needs to be packed into. Let's go and look at the task manager though. So it just says 500 notes marked by the FDI, and then folder compromising the Black Lotus, which I believe is this document over here. So there you can see Black Lotus and suspected what. So that should be fine. We can go ahead and grab this. We can chuck it down over here. Now the only thing about this is we need 500, which would be essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that all of them? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So I just quickly check the stack sizes. That does look right, so chuck that in there, and if that's the case, then this should be everything that's needed. Let's quickly chuck it in there, and that seems like it was it. Nice. Okay, well, we just got another package delivered, and I think that's actually the ammunition now for the mortar. We can't really load that in yet because we don't have the 5,000 to open this area yet, but when we do have the ability, then we can just chuck that into that, which is all good. I just want to quickly move it over here. It's so slow moving this thing. There you go. And then let's see what else there is. So I think that what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take a moment away from the main quest line. I'm going to quickly go ahead and crunch out some of these simpler quests that we can do. So 30,000, not going to do that yet. And just get some of them out of the way. Additional to that, when can we actually buy ourselves the upgraded money counter? Okay, so we can buy it at the moment if we need 6,000. So I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save up for the 6,000 of that, and then after we get that, then we can actually work with the rest of it, because that will make life a lot easier when we can push out cash a lot faster. Okay, 15,000 euro I'm pretty sure we can do. It doesn't require anything special, just needs it in a sports bag and to be dry, so we can go ahead and accept that. Do we have any sports bag at the moment? I think we do. I think I packed them just nicely this side, and we would have gotten a lot from this in any case, but I went ahead and packed this area a little bit better. So I've got all our sports bag here, pallets over there, medium boxes, extra large boxes, some more medium boxes up there, and then we've also got small boxes over here, and yeah, so we should have more than enough. Now what do we need? Sports bag, so we can grab that, chuck it down over here, go into the task thing again. Oh yeah, it's euros, not dollars, so let's grab that again, chuck it down over here, open it up, and that's 15,000. Drop it into there. We shouldn't need to scan it because as far as I'm aware, everything is 100% packed at the moment. I shouldn't have any problems with it, at least not to my knowledge. Okay, so the next one is going to be 15,000, but it requires us to be at level 18. No, level 19. Sorry, we're only at level 18 now. So it looks like we'll have to take a quest line, but at the moment we do have 7,000. We were looking at getting up to the required 6,000 for the machine, so I'm going to go buy that first because that's going to be very important for us. So there you go, my money counter extra large, put that into order. One thing that's interesting about this is it actually goes out of stock. So if we go back here, you can see it's busy restocking, so you have to wait quite a while before you can buy another one. But let's quickly go ahead and do some things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of the money that we've got here, and I'm just going to make sure that when I pick up the money, the last one is the one that's the back, so I can drop that off easily enough. In this instance we can't, so it will have to be dropped off separately. That's fine though, we can still work with that. And the main reason for me doing that is because I'm about to reshuffle everything again. Main reason for that being is we're not really going to be using that machine anymore, and we need this now. I'm not going to be too worried about working with light or having anything specific. We just need to be able to have enough space around us now to do all the work that we're going to be doing. So we can drop that down in the center of the room. We can drop this down on the side because we need somewhere to put our counterfeit. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see what it ends up looking like when the machine's actually there. This money I think I'm going to leave here for now. This area isn't actually too bad to use a majority of the time to identify what's what, so we can go ahead and use that for marked money. Now, marked money is a very awkward thing, and I don't really like to work with it. That's why I try to get most of it sorted out now, because I don't think I'm going to do it again in the future. It was kind of a one and done, and what we have at the moment should be able to last unless we need to make sure there's not counterfeits and stuff like that. But now that we have this machine, let's quickly get it onto that table. Now, as to why that was so important to get, all of these Chinese currency that we have, all this yen, we can actually take that now, load it up into the machine, and we can actually start to work through this now. So chuck all 3 stacks in there. We can only fit 3 at a time in here as far as I'm aware. So we can chuck that into there. Then we can go ahead and set this to yen. Set this one here to yen as well. And this one here, drop that down to 1k, 5k, and 10k. We can start that, and that will go through everything. So now we can actually work with yen as well. And then if we go ahead and pull out, we actually still need to work out our table situation for our normal money. I think we can still work with the back of this. I don't need to worry about anything spilling out here. So it should be fine for us just to go ahead and directly do that. Drop off the one that we need separate. Then drop off these. So that should be fine. And then grab out our tape. And we can go ahead and load up the machine. And now we can go ahead and pack. So put that there away. And then we can just continue packing the stuff and grabbing them. Okay, and that entire pallet of yen has been sorted out, and we already know this is clean. We know that there's no counterfeit because I've already split out counterfeits even from the yen, even though it wasn't really required. I had already split them out in order to make sure that if we needed FDI or any of the others, we had them there. So that's basically genuine clean cash, no marks or anything on it. And now that we've actually had some time to pass, let's go ahead and see if there's any more quests that we can accept. So there's 10,500. Which I think we might be able to do that relatively easily. I'm not going to worry about that right now, although no, it's not really worthwhile. We've got a 40,000 here, sports bag, any dollar bills, 40,000. Sure, we can accept that. So 40,000, 1, 2, 3, 4. Open that, drop that off. There you go. And then we just need to make sure this thing here is in the top of the task tracker. And just like that, we can go ahead and grab this and chuck it right into there. Okay, 15,000 in another sports bag, any dollar bill, should be easy enough for us to do, so we can grab this here again. I believe it was 15, I'll need to check again. Did not really remember it, which I should have actually, but regardless, we can go ahead into here, grab that, chuck to the top, and then grab 15,000. Open that, drop it in. Nope, view's supposed to be inside of there. Grab that, and we can chuck that into there. Nice. Okay. What else is there? I don't think we have any more at the moment unless we level up. This one here one's 1,000, golden statue 5, silver statue in a large box. You know, let's actually accept this one. Might as well. So it's 5 gold statues, 5 silver statues, and then a large box within any money bills. That is 1,000. Okay, now one thing about this quest is I believe that this is going to actually make a big mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start here in the corner, and I'm just going to work in this corner for now, because the mess might end up splashing out of the bags and then going everywhere. Working from there is a lot harder than if we work in the corner and it's somewhat isolated. Okay, obviously somebody had to think they were funny and give me wet money. There we go, and we can get that there started. Okay, just click into the storeroom. Want to quickly grab a large box. In the meantime, I also went ahead and stored all of the backpacks that we've got from all of the other stuff over there. I did actually have enough trophies that I didn't even need to go through all the things that I have done. But what I have done in the meantime was I went through and collected all of these things over here, and then collected all the trash. So that's all the stuff that was mixed in between. But now what we can do is we can go ahead and grab these things and at least get them dropped away. I'm not going to be too concerned with trying to pick up multiple at a time, maybe miscounting or anything like that. And 5. And now one thing for the recent update that came out, I don't know exactly when it came out, it was a couple of days ago. It now also allows for a person to collect golden bars in random items, so that's one thing that's nice. But we can go ahead and open that there. And then which money are we going to send? I guess we can send the cheapest one, which would be this, and then 10 of them. So it's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. So that should be fine. Drop that into there. Doesn't need to be anything specific. We need to help this one through though. What happened? And why did the number also increase? I do not know what happened there. That's fine. We can just go ahead and chuck that and yeet. And this is one of the main reasons why I tend to like to follow through with checking the stack sizes, because something went wrong there. That's still the 35. That's also not a full stack. It's also not a full stack, so I don't know what happened there. But we can continue with this. So 6 objects, sapphire necklace 6 in a backpack. Do we have that? Let's actually go and check here first. I'm not sure which one is sapphire though. There's one way to find out. It doesn't look like we have any though. I don't know which one is sapphire, which is my main concern. Let's see if it gives us anything. No. So I'm assuming that will come later down the line. My only question is, which one is sapphire? Sapphire is blue if I'm not correct, which I think is this one, yeah. I'll need to validate that, but I think this is it. Who is that quest by? Darknet. This one here is by Barbob. Did Barbob send me, by any chance, a message? No. If Barbob at least sent me a message, I would have been able to go ahead and check, but unfortunately I cannot. And these things here, this doesn't really show exactly what it is. But regardless of that, okay, one thing that I do want to check is if there's any collectible money in between of this money that we have laying around. The reason why I need to do that is because I haven't actually checked this in a little while, and we need to make sure that we are not having collectible money thrown around, because we're going to battle to find it later on. So if we do have any, we must rather collect it as soon as possible. We can get them randomly from quests and stuff like that, which is why it's important to rather make sure that we find it as soon as possible. Okay, once again, all cleaned up, although not quite. Up here, got a lot of stacked money that I need to still go through, sift out to make sure that it's correct. This money over here as well has not been done yet. We can actually take this here off, do the same with that there, grab all of this, turn them into stacks and just put them on top. A lot of these things are euro bills, I know that for a fact, but we might as well go ahead and collect everything because there is still dollars and stuff between. And the reason why I do this is just because it's a lot easier to manage it like this than trying to manage it loose. We can just cut sort of from the bottom of the stack on the side of here, and then everything should still stay together enough that we can at least work with it and get everything through the stack. So that should be fine. One other thing that we can do if we want to is we can grab this and then at least turn this into $10 as well. And then as we go through, we can just make sure that that will also keep on stocking the same thing. As far as I'm aware, this thing from there at least should still be able to chuck all the way into that thing. So that should be fine. Make sure that everything's fully loaded. Okay, far too many things to do, but I actually went through and quickly sorted out all the stuff. This is essentially unknown, well, marked bills. So potentially marked, potentially not. So I just chucked everything together. At the moment, as you can see, it's green, red, blue, and yellow bands all together. These are incomplete stacks. We've got essentially the same thing over there. So unknown status, these ones we know is clean. And then here we've got these ones. This we don't know at all. Wait, let me rephrase that. In the front, we do know is fine. The back, not so much. I haven't added any more front stacks on that. But that's about all that we've done so far. And let's see if there's any more quests. Because, well, missions for us to complete. 6 objects. This is one that still wants us to have some sapphire necklaces. I don't know where to get them. So at the moment, that's not really an option. 100,000 euros. I think that's going to be a bit much, but any euro bills, I'm assuming they're going to drop it off, and I'm assuming there's going to be a cleaning quest. I hope at least that it has something to do with that. So it doesn't look too complicated at the moment. There's some coins in here, which I'm not really too bothered about coins. That's easy enough to work with. Okay, let's see if we've actually got enough of that now. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40. I need to see if there's any more here. 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that should be 100,000 euros. Any box will work, so we can just go ahead and use a small one. Let's actually grab some of these here next to the conveyor belt. We put them here for ease of access, and I haven't been using them. So let's quickly grab them, and then what I'm going to do is just to make this a little bit easier for myself, I'm going to go ahead and drop them in like that, and then let's quickly go ahead and scan them. So that's 100% of money in euro bills, in a small box, well, in any box, but that should be good. That's nice. Okay, so it did basically provide me with just enough. We do have another 7,000 essentially from it. Can't guarantee this money though, so let's just go ahead and put it here on the side with the rest of them. So this is the full stacks, that's halves, and that should be fine. So I guess we can grab these and just drop them with the other half, so I'm not going to worry about trying to grab them and put them together necessarily. So for now they can just stay in half stacks. Let's see what other quests there are. We should have quite a few more to at least grab. Main thing is I need to at least grab one more so I can unlock this from here on the left hand side, get those two out of the way. What's this one? So vase 15 in extra large box. Load out $35,000, clean and dry money, wrap in plastic blocks of any dollar bills in an extra large box. Okay, let's actually quickly go ahead and accept that. We can also go ahead and pull that up inside of here. So that is not that one. This one, yeah. So set for delivery, and then the extra large boxes we do still have here. So grab one of them. I'm gonna chuck it down over here, and I think we have enough vases here actually. 15 vases in a extra large box, and then clean dry money for 35,000 wrapped in blocks of any dollar bill. Let's clearly just go ahead and do this in 1, 2, 3. So that's 15, 35,000 wrapped in blocks. Do that there. Let's just validate this 100%. 100% of money, 35,000, extra large box, everything's ticked off. So that should be fine. Let's go ahead and get that going. Nice. And that's eventually done. Oh yeah, one more thing. Now that I actually use this thing again. I tried to get rid of the information tablet and stuff like that. It turns out if you get rid of it, it just delivers it back. Where did I put it now? I think I put it on top of the conveyor or something this side. Because it just delivered the thing back to me again. Yeah, I put it up there. Because it just drops through that thing there. So if you do try and get rid of it, you're just going to end up with it back inside of your... being delivered back to you. Okay, with that out of the way, we can go ahead and get this thing here done. The main reason for that is just to get this out of the way. And to get rid of the quest markers at the top right. Because I think that is getting a little bit tedious now. We can go ahead and grab that there, drop it into there, and then we can also go ahead and grab this and drop that into there as well. We don't really do anything with it yet, and I don't think we can put anything into here, so let's just get out of here and then set that alight. I think for now we'll wait with the stuff before we burn it. There you go. So now at least we have this area, and with that is another special bill. Nice. Okay, so we can go ahead and dump that into there. How many do we have at the moment? So there's 10 in total, we're missing 3, so we've got 7 out of 10 thus far. We'll get more soon. Did I get the hoax one? I think that's one that we actually had last episode. No, I don't actually know where it is. I think we'll be getting it soon. But yes, at least that's out of the way. I'm happy enough with that. We need to clean up all of this mess. Well, I need to. I'll be spending the next few minutes doing this. Although, I could always just leave the mess as what it is. We'll at least collect all the money and get that out of the way. Okay, so I decided on spending a few minutes just to clean up there, make sure everything's nice and neat. The only thing that we need to do at the moment is the sapphire necklace, which I don't think we're going to really be able to do as of yet. And I think for now, we are just going to go ahead and push through with a couple more missions. Now, we have one of two ways we can handle it. Either we can go ahead and we can take some money that we have and see how far we go with the piggy bank, because I'm actually thinking I'm going to call it yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and invest myself a nice, let's say, how much is that? 100,000? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and chuck that into there and then shove that in, and there you go. So we can go ahead and invest 100,000. That now brings us up to 154,860, which is a good point to leave this, I think. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual, but I don't actually want it to go so long every time. Most of the time it's just because of me losing track of exactly what's happening. But if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers!